natural to have different ideologies. We tend to see things
in cattle, in servants, and everything else you can possibly think of. After the break.
Nigeria Info. Right back after this.
Everyone says
Trust me, it didn't start today. In the Bible days, in the days of old, it was recorded that there were some rich people in the Bible. I mean, Solomon was one of those rich people. Surprisingly, Solomon was not just rich in, Solomon was rich in women as well. Is it 700 wives and 300 concubines, or 300 wives and 700 concubines? And then at some point he came out to say, you see all of these things, vanity upon vanity, all is vanity. But you see, money is good, all right? And as much as they say money is the root of all evil, is the love of money. But money indeed answereth all things. So let's look at that list again. Forbes listing Aliko Dangote, Mike Adenuga, Abdul Samad Rabiu, and Femi Otedola as the top richest Nigerians in 2024. Now let's talk about the man Dangote. His fortune rose to $13.4 billion. Somebody please convert it to Naira for me. Thank you. Adenuga stood at $6.7 billion, while Rabiu and Otedola achieved a fortune of $5.2 billion and $1.4 billion in 2024. Aliko Dangote is the richest man in Africa and the richest black man in the world, with an estimated net worth of around $13.4 billion in 2024. Dollars, or not Naira. His business empire, the Dangote Group, is one of the largest private sector employer in Nigeria, as well as the most valuable conglomerate in West Africa. I mean, we could go on and on talking about what some of these people do and how some of these persons have employed people. I mean, how can you have a business that brings you fortunes and you would not employ people? Now, some people look at it this way. Is employing people to run your business doing the people a favor or doing you a favor? So if you're going to open a cement factory, of course you cannot run the cement factory on your own. You would have to employ people. So while we celebrate some of these people for creating jobs in the society where the said government has failed to provide jobs, there's a limit to how much jobs they can actually provide. And while we may look at it as them doing the people in that area where those jobs are centered a favor, it's a win-win for both sides. It's sort of symbiotic. I need you to keep my business in business, and you need me to earn legitimately. So we are both, helping each other in the train, right? But away from job creation, which I know is one of the first things some of you will highlight when we talk about their positive impact in society, how else or how best can rich people directly impact the society positively? You have them in your communities. I mean, in every community, there is that one man. They say, the man may not have made it to Forbes list yet, but there are those kind of people that are rich and they say, this man money, they smell. I mean, for the first time I heard money, they smell. And I had to ask, what is the meaning of money smell? They say, that the person is stinkingly rich. And I'm like, why did you guys have to use rich and stink at the same place? They said that the money, they dirty. And it doesn't mean the money is dirty money or bad money, but the money, yafun. So the best way to describe it is stinkingly rich, or the money, they smell. You have them in your communities. If I go to my village now, Nembe local government area, if I go to Ogbolomambri, and I go to the Amasara Polo, where I am from, trust me, I will find one man or one woman that is very rich. But how is that man or woman positively impacting that small society? If you go to Bayelsa, you will find. If you come down here to River State, look at the different local government areas and communities and villages. Obiakpo, Ogbaegbe, Mandoni. You go to Ikwere local government area. You go to Port Harcourt City local government area. Think of all the local governments. Think of Ozuoba, Rumosi, Rumekini. There is that one man or one woman who is very, very rich. Let's talk about their positive impacts in our society. Think about it. 0817 923 0002. 0817 923 0003. Again, 0817 923 0002 and 0817 923 0003. WhatsApp and Telegram number for your WhatsApp and Telegram messages is 0809 0306416. Again, WhatsApp and Telegram number 0809 0306416. We're live on Facebook, all right? And X, Facebook page Nigeria Info 92.3 PH, and on X at Nigeria Info PH. Join the conversation on Instagram as well. It is at Nigeria Info FM _ PH. Now, I love it when you listen. Trust me, I appreciate you for listening, because your listening keeps us in business. However, it is far more interesting when you are a part of the conversation by either calling us or sending your message via WhatsApp and Telegram, or watching us live and dropping your comments in the comment section. Now, do remember, a call screener is in standby to take your calls first before passing you on to me in the studio. So when you do call, the first voice you would hear will not be my voice, but out of the call screener. Ogechuku from Andoni. Hi, Ogechuku. How are you doing today?
Yes, I'm good. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Talk to me.
Yes, so he wants to have a match like people like Honorable Nat Owachi from up there. Those are the people who can confide on, and those are people who can count on. He called them anytime they will answer. They impacted so many people's lives, So those are the kind of people we have in our own area. People like you
don't have to mention names, though. You can just talk about them and their impact in that society.
Yeah, those are the people who can count on in our place. It's okay. On the local government. I'm from Idu Obosuku precisely.
So when you say you can count on them, what exactly are you counting on them for? For financial support or what?
Yes, financial support, job creation, and so many other things. Especially the widows and other things.
I see. All right. Thank you, Ogechuku. Brain, is it Brain or Brian from Ozuoba? Hi, Brain.
Yes. Good afternoon. I want to put in my own 2 cents concerning the matter on ground.
All right, go ahead.
I am from Abia State. I'm not from River State here. And you made mention, does not obligation to help or they owe anybody favors in the society. It's only in Nigeria that I see that someone is wealthy and influential, and just by being influential and wealthy, you owe people favors. It's only in this part of the world that I see that happen. Out there in the West, you have your money is for yourself. Anything you do for the masses or for the society is out of your own benevolence and magnanimity, if I should put it that way. Because no matter how you want to look at it, the government and the people that we put in public offices have the responsibility to, do the all of that. It is not anything concerned with individuals having money or not having money. If you make money, I think it's for your personal needs and your family. And then if you want to actually help the society, that's optional. But it's not like it's something mandatory that they have to really do.
Okay. Now, this is not to say that it is mandatory, but, as people who live in a society, let's come down to practical terms, to what you and I can relate with. Let's assume you live in Rumekini, for instance, and the road to your house is bad. And it's not the duty of the person that has the biggest mansion in that road. But you see, here in Nigeria, one will expect that if someone can spend billions of naira erecting such a massive building with its nice architecture, aesthetics, and lights and everything, the road to that house should not be looking the way it is looking. So people living there would expect that this man who will drive down through this path will somehow make the road better, right? Apart from that, yeah.
Okay. Let me just chip in something. This is just a mentality that is geared on entitlement, if I might say, because it is not the man's duty to fix the road.
No, nobody is saying it is his duty.
Yeah. Fix the road in this country. You have to fix approval from the government.
Of course.
That's, aside some people even have the will to want to help. But in some cases, you find out that you don't even get approval to put quota on a road, even if it leads to your street.
Okay, so Brain, let's strike a balance here. When I said positive impact, I'm talking about an outcome or effect that is beneficial, advantageous for a particular situation or context. Now, when people say there is Dangote in Nigeria, a lot of Nigerians use that as a bragging right. The wealthiest man in Africa is from Nigeria. So even if every other thing is not working, at least we have a wealthy man that is on Forbes list in Nigeria. So for some people, that alone is bragging rights. And then there is also the motivational aspect of it. Nigeria is not working. And people are trying to jackpot Abi. But there is one man called Dangote in Nigeria that is on the Forbes list as richest man. I don't know if you get where the conversation is getting to. Beyond doing roads and all of those things. Those are the kind of impact I'm talking about.
Okay. I get where it's getting to and I get your point. But let me also say that the fact that Dangote is a Nigerian and we are all Nigerians, we as Nigerians, citizens of Nigerians, that Dangote is a Nigerian just as all of us, does not have any economic value.
Okay. All right then. Thank you so much. Zion from GRA. Welcome, Zion. Belema, I don't want you to wait for too long, so I'll let you go and have you call back, all right? Zion, go ahead.
Their presence and the value they hold, how does it help this country? Nothing. So it's as good as not even having them.
And that is why the question comes, how best can they directly impact the society positively?
A bag of cement come down to 1,800. Can noodles come down? A carton come down to 3,500 naira.
You see, in their defense, it is the price is hinged on what do they call them? All them cost
Business.
Of production, demand and supply, blah blah blah.
This square, as long as their wealth cannot be interpreted in the society, then being the richest people on earth has no value.
Okay.
Don't forget, the one they claim they are doing is peanuts they are giving, in case there's pandemic. Oh, the president just donated 20 bags of rice. Now, peanut, that's when come on, no reach anything, By right, with the names we just mentioned, one of them can give us 24-hour power supply in this country.
Okay.
One of them can give us free education. One of them can give us subsidized health care. I'm talking about one of them. Look at the billion in dollar, not in naira. Can one of them give us $1 billion for our universities? $1 billion for our universities. Can he do it for us? When we say, what does your word interpret to your people? Not when you give them peanuts, the snappy picture you celebrate. Your word should be able to be interpreted to the people that they are all benefiting. The Bible says that for ye are the salt of the earth. What does that tell you? My presence in Port Harcourt should be able to impact the lives of people. When I became Mr. Zion on radio, how many years ago? 23 years ago. How many people are named that answer Zion? I in the Zion Train University, Zion Train Church and Zion Train School. They stood at the beer. But since the name became relevant, people started very true. I saw little children answering Zion. I said, I mean, influence speaking when they answer Zion. So
oh my God.
Then they say human being does not answer Zion. It's only a school or a church.
Okay. Belema from Bonny. Sorry about the first time, Belema. Thank you for calling back. Go ahead.
Yes, Dennis. You see these wealthy men who have in Nigeria, they are not impacting in any way to society. see the former caller before Zion was just saying what he was saying. Go to Anambra. You know this man who owns Capital Oil. From the junction to his house, he tied it alone. All the roads, all the neighbors, all the gates around there, put the same gate to his own house. That is how you measure big men wherever they come from. You go some communities in the Igbo land, you see one person will come out, stand and say, well, I'm giving you people 3 transformers, 4 transformers. They will draw light, they will do this, they will do that. That is how we are supposed to feel these big men in Nigeria. Not hearing these are big names. And there is nothing that comes after them.
Okay.
They're supposed to be helping us in so many ways, just like Zion talked about our universities. At least build this thing for the university and equip it for the university. You know that one is from Dangote, and not $1 at least in Unilag. We'll have one from him too. All these things will be beneficial to Nigerians. Not counting these big names, they have billionaires. They have no use to us in Nigeria. They have no use to us in Nigeria, I tell you.
Okay. Terry from Rupaku. Turn off your radio set, please.
Yes, Denise.
Good afternoon. Hello? Hello, Terry? Anybody home? Oh, Terry, can you hear me?
I'm hearing you. Can you hear me?
I can hear you now. Go ahead.
Okay.
I think you're far from your phone. Maybe you put your phone on loudspeaker and you're far from the phone. Could you speak into your microphone on your phone? Is that possible? I think Terry's distracted. Terry, what's going on? Is everything okay from your end? Okay, Terry, I think you would have to call back. 0817-923-0002 and 0817-923-0003. 0817-923-0002 and 0817-923-0003. WhatsApp and Telegram number remains 0809 0306416. We're talking Forbes list. Positive impact of rich men in our society. How best can rich men directly, or rich people directly, impact society positively? Away from opening factories and employing people, and we say, oh, this factory here has generated jobs for over how many thousand youths and all of that. Giving grants. I know some of them give scholarships. Some of them are philanthropists, as it were. I think someone once mentioned, I'm yet to verify how true that is. I'm trying to remember his name now. That in some other countries outside Nigeria, some of them can even give government loans. They are that rich that the government is looking for loans. They go to these people and they say, please, come and help us. We have this outstanding stuff to pay. And the person says, okay. So, away from the bragging rights, how best can they impact society positively? Anonymous, welcome to the sunny side. Go ahead.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yes, candidly, some of these people you mentioned, it's better not to even know them than mentioning their name among the richest, in this our time. Like the Dangote you were talking about, I know him very well. Not too close like that, but he was managing one of the national supply stores, warehouse at Ojo. Before he started, that is far back as the 80s, early 80s and mid 80s. That is what I'm trying to say is that he made some of his money from Nigeria, from the government itself. You understand? They've been making him a partner, pushing him, fronting him. So if he invests most of his money in Nigeria, for Nigeria, it's not a loss. It shows gratitude. It shows I appreciate what the government have been doing, how they've been supporting, backing me up in my businesses, giving me opportunity, sole distributorship, all these things. That is what it shows. But in his own case, and most of these people like Otedola, them, we know them. I know Otedola's first son. We met in parties in Lagos. You understand? The truth is that these people are so wicked and mean. They made all their money from the purse of the government. Even Lee Adenuga, his brother Mike Adenuga, we knew how he came about Globacom. It's not a wrong thing for them to invest and help and put back into the system. But these people are wicked and mean, and that is what Nigerians are known for. Most of them, they looted, stole from the pocket purse of the government. Return something becomes an issue. Look at the Dangote refinery. Some of those people who went to work there, the salaries were so poor. It's the poorest in all the oil and gas, where the tanks, most of these things, where construction, went on. For refineries, the poorest, the one in Lagos was the poorest. If I tell you, you understand? I'm an insider. So what did they do? Nothing. You should forget about these people.
All right. Forget about these people, he said, and they made their money from government. George from Bonny, welcome.
Yeah. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Okay, I think just wanted to add to this discussion with respect to how we are benefiting from our rich men in Nigeria. I've listened to some of the previous speakers who mentioned that they are not benefiting. But I just want to disagree in a way, but also support them. I think the Dangote, the Buas, the Otedolas, they are doing some form of CSR, which is a community social responsibility.
Corporate social responsibility.
Within their space, right? But overall, are they helping Nigerians? I think they can do much more. If you are conversant with the news, recently, sometime last month or thereabout, a 93-year-old professor donated $1 billion to the Albert Einstein College of Medicine. She was a former professor in that institute, and she donated $1 billion. When you translate the value of that money, they said the students going to that school will no longer pay tuition forever. That is, if there is forever. But it means it will take so many years. So tuition free for students going to that Albert Einstein Medical Institute. How many of the Dangotes or Todolas can come out to say, look, Nigerian students, be in medicine, engineering, we are paying for this institute for you not to pay tuition fee for the next 10 years. Because we need to grow education. Most of the Dangotes and Otedolas benefited from free education. Today, we see what's going on. The economy is in tatters, and people can't go to school. There are brilliant children, but their parents can't afford to send them to school, except help comes from one or two persons. So what's the benefit of answering a rich man, billionaire, for all these years, and it's only those around you that benefit? Go outside your area of influence. Go to somewhere different and impact their lives. I think that way we can start benefiting fully. I'm not saying they are not trying, but they can do much more.
All right, then. Thank you so much. Oh, Governor of Social State is from my community. Seeing house is in my house. Yeah. For some people, it's just the bragging rights. I know this person, or this person used to be my classmate. I mean, my math number was so and so, and his math number was so and so. But after that, what next? This one says, Didi, I love your show. It's as if you are in my mind every day you are on, dishing out what's on my mind. Really? You see why I need to open this church that I want to open like this now, since I used to see people's minds. Rich men have less or no positive impact in our climb. Rather, they make the poor or less privileged more poorer. But in other climes, Western world, the rich has positive impact on the citizenry. Adore Ulebari Gabriel from Corner Boy. This message is not coming on. Sorry. Okay, it's an unsolicited one. Susan said today, there's a man in my street. He gives everybody free water even when there's no light. He also puts street security light for the whole street, and I say, may God bless him for us. My name is Suzanne. Christy says, good afternoon, DDW. Christy from Port Harcourt. To me, the impact of a rich man should begin from his family, his community, and then the society at large. Create job opportunities, position people rightly, build social amenities, and then make your product affordable for both the rich and the poor. Let's stop celebrating I'm a brother to the richest man in the world without any significant impact. Owanate Clinton West says, good day, Madam Didi. The rich men you mentioned in Nigeria, we are not feeling their impact. They're rich for themselves and families. I do not value their riches because Nigeria is not feeling the impact. How else do you want to feel it? I mean, is it supposed to be like, what's that song the video sang? Then go feel it. Is it supposed to be felt that way? My name is Silva. I like your program. And about the question you're asking, how best can they impact the society? I want to stand by side with almost all the callers. You have billions in dollars and yet your country or local government is in abject poverty. Look at the owner of Facebook. Out of all his wealth, he uses about 1% or 10%, and the majority of his money goes to Africa. Hence, a lot of people would have been dying from HIV and AIDS because of this man. They're getting drugs for free. Now, back to the Dangote. What direct impact are they doing for us? I say pay for workers who are making billions for them. I think they're not making any impact in our society. So what should they be doing? What should the likes of Dangote, Otedola and the rest, what should they do for Nigerians? What should they do for their locality? You know why I'm asking this? When you see these people display wealth, when you see them wearing a wristwatch that is worth millions of naira, when you see them with their diamonds, their private jets, their luxury cars, I mean, was it not which day Otedola gifted his daughters? Was it Ferrari? Is it Porsche? Porsche? What's it called now? What's the other one that do DJ work? DJ Copy. Then there's this other one that is with the musician. What's that one's name? Somebody help me. In the comment section, what I'm trying to say is, in the comment section, a lot of you have your ways of advising a rich man how best he should spend his money. How can you be buying cars for your children worth millions of dollars? And people are dying of hunger. That's how it usually happens. They are dying of hunger. And people are dying of hunger. This money, why can't you use it to do this, and that? I mean, we seem to know how to advise them to spend their money, but it is their money, and however they made it, at least for as far as we know, they are legit businessmen. I mean, legitimate businessmen and business owners, the ones that own the telcos, the ones that are into production, manufacturing, and all of that. You can see that these people are wealthy, but when you tell them, don't use your money to do this, rather use it to do that, how is that advice going to impact on the larger society? Sometimes I wonder if this unsolicited advice is coming from a place of resentment, anger, envy, or jealousy that they have money and you don't. So this is not social media now. This is reality. What would you have them do instead that would count as positive impact? Good afternoon, Didi. I was so touched yesterday when one man who bought a land in my street constructed a culvert cause water from the gutters were not properly channeled as a result of stagnant water on that road. The road was really on an eyesore. Another rich guy in December organized a football competition in the community. The competition, in a little way, helped curb crime. First winners went home with ₦1 million, second winner 500,000 naira, and third winner 300k. One rich man in a branch of my church gave 500,000 naira to youth of the church for empowerment. Didi, this I know has touched lives. Joshua Ubang from Chantamadi. BAB says, good afternoon, Didi. This was the exact question Governor Fubara asked our political leaders as the funeral service of the late billionaire Habat Wigwe, which Senator Godswill Akpabio misinterpreted simply because he lacks the basic vision required of a good leader. Are we going back to that? Final caller. Nigeria Info, good afternoon. Nigeria Info, good afternoon. And we lost that call as well. Positive impacts. An outcome. An effect that is beneficial or advantageous for a particular situation or context. We cannot be the giant of Africa, and all we can boast of is having one or two big men in this Africa, and it does not in any way translate to how the world oversees us. We cannot have some of these men in our country, and every now and then people are looking to japa. It goes beyond giving scholarships. It goes beyond aspire to perspire to acquire. You know, sometimes they have some of these speeches they give at some openings or at some inaugurations or whatever. And people will do like this. Woo! It goes beyond just motivating to addressing some issues that you can within your power to address. Africans have wicked spirits. Refer to the principle 2080. 80% of people are ignorant, 20% are informed, and 3% of the 20% are using the 80% ignorance for their success.
Nigeria Info. Nigeria. I'm listening.
Business, politics, chiefs. Therefore, they won't so that they don't liberate the oppressed. By the way, how do they make their money? From the ignorance of people, of course. Amagibo. They say, if you keep giving a poor man fish, he'll keep coming back to collect fish from you. But if you show them how to fish, you are raising another rich man like yourself. Sort of reminds me of this song. I think it's by Buckwild. Show me how to fish, yo. Don't give me the fish, yo. Trending Stories comes up next, and afterwards the FinTech Show, 2 o'clock to 3 o'clock. We would have Talking Figures with Choma Ezenwafa. Follow us on social medias at Nigeria Info PH, and follow me on Instagram and X at _Denise_Dennis.